What up?
So,
It's Stevie again. Yeah, man. Today, I was thinking about the idea of looking backwards
actually not looking backwards.
and thinking about the benefits of not looking back. Because there's been so many times in my life where I've been on a particular forward-moving path, where you're pretty much, almost at the victory line, at the finish line. I don't even want to say finish line now, just victory line. But you fall into maybe an old habit, or you run into an old acquaintance, sometimes like an ex-girlfriend or some shit, and or whatever, you get triggered by an experience that was less than favorable, and you go back to some old habits that are pretty self-destructive. I've done all that, and that to me are examples of looking back, going backwards, reverting back to old habits, I feel like anybody who's ever done it, who's ever looked back at their life or while they're moving forward, they know, if you've ever done it before, like how it can be detrimental to you, But I think the benefits of not looking back and keeping your eye on the prize and staying focused, for one, I feel like it can save you a lot of fucking energy, Like when I say energy, I mean your mental energy, which is, in my opinion, the most important kind of energy that we use all the time. But we don't use it very focused, At least not most of the time, excuse me.
Yeah, because think about it. you got your energy focused one way forward, and then when you're looking back, your energy's focused that way.
Right.
So it's a split.
Yeah.
Which means you're not using 100% of your energy in the right place.
Yeah.
It's split. Actually, it's a very confusing place to be at, and it's really just putting a stall to your movement. Because one way that, how energy is focused, that's where the universe is gonna push you towards. But the universe doesn't know which way to go, because at one moment you're saying, hey, go this way, and then your focus is back that way as well. So it doesn't know which way to go, So you're slowing up your momentum, you're slowing up your movement,
Yeah.
Just with that alone, on an energetic level, I'm saying. Also, as they say, how they say, what you focus on, you become, right? So how can you be focused on the future version of yourself, but in the same token, be focused on who you used to be?
Right.
Right? Where you used to be at. Because guess what's happening? It doesn't, once again, one minute you're becoming that future version of yourself that you've envisioned, and then in the next moment you're becoming you're going right back to that old version you used to be.
Yeah, I've literally done that in my life. I mean, like, so many times, because I've seen where I'll be manifesting, or all these dope ass new things in my life start to materialize, but I still saw that coming. But then you'll see like remnants of old things or old thoughts or old ideas start to pop up, and you'll be like, at least I'll be like, why the fuck did that happen, But when you give it more thought and think about how you've been thinking, you do some assessment, I realize that it's like, that's why. It's just, but it doesn't have to stay. It doesn't have to linger.
No.
It would just let it pass, like the thoughts that come through your head.
Exactly.
That's all it is,
Right.
Because at the end of the day, what you're seeing in front of you is a manifestation of who you are. It's reflecting to you who you are. So you might want to think about that. Keep that in mind when you consider what you're looking back at.
Right.
It may not be who you are anymore,
Right.
You might have already outgrown that stage or that person or that situation, but you're still looking back because you relate to it, because it's part of who you used to be. But is that who you are now?
I want to say looking back is different from than focusing on what's in the back.
Yeah.
I think it's natural, and I think it's harmless to look back. You can look back, but don't focus. Don't look too long. You know what I'm trying to say? That's when I say focus.
Yeah.
You want to spend too much energy on what's behind you. So I'd say, let's say how to get over that, right? Okay. Well, one of the methods I've always used, and some people can say that's an extreme thing to do, but it's always worked for me. I'm gonna use an example. If you're driving in your car, cut off that rear view mirror. That way you don't have an opportunity to even look back. There is no opportunity to look back. I'm trying to use an analogy, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Don't even make it possible to look back. Cut off that phone number or that ex that you used to have. Cut off contact to any of those old people. You know what I'm saying?
If you
burn any photos of that past life. Get rid of anything that's gonna allow you to look back. Is what I'm trying to get at. You know what I'm saying?
If you was a sugarholic, get rid of any of that goddamn sugar or snack in the house. Don't fucking let it sit around if you think you might fuck around and eat it later, because you know you will. If that's what's gonna get you off track. Now I don't know. It depends on what you got going on. But if the whole objective is to stay the fuck away from this particular type of behavior or thing, it's best to just cut off any idea of it. Get rid of it.
Yeah, any of those triggers that make you look back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That makes you go backwards.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, really. Because we're talking about how bad it is and what the negatives behind looking backwards. But I'm trying to also come to a conclusion of how we can get past it.
Yeah.
And that's one. Get rid of anything that's gonna remind you of that. That's what I do anyway. That's one of the best ways to do it. Burn those bridges. In another way, burn them bridges so you can't cross back, so you can't go backwards.
See, that's why I can't get with certain chicks with certain habits, because I know that it'll take me back. I'll be triggered because you mix love or a feeling of love or good feelings along with almost self-destructive patterns. Oh man, you put that together with me, no, not good. So it's best for me not to be around certain women who are just kind of slightly self-destructive, even though I will say
she might be beautiful.
They tend to be the most fun ones, But
she might be beautiful and she might be fun, but usually, like you said, and I can vouch for that. They're usually the ones that are worst for you. If you're on this path of growth and progress, if you're on a path of growth and progress, usually those are the ones that are not the ones you need in your life at that moment. Now, if you're in a place where you're not concerned with that, oh man, those are probably the best ones. Because you're not looking to move forward, you're just having fun in the moment. Yeah. Great. But if you're at a place where I'm at in my life, forward progress, then I don't need to be around that. And like I said, for men, I know a lot of times it could be a big distraction because you be like, man, she's fun, she's beautiful, but you ignore those red flags. You know what I'm saying? You ignore those red flags because you see that she might be the girl you might have hung out with 5 years ago, but you're no longer that guy 5 years ago. So you can no longer stay out late and eat shitty food at 4 a.m. and fucking party till whatever the next day and the next day and the next day. Because you got shit to do.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? But you used to be that person 5 years ago and she would have been perfect for you.
Yep.
But guess what? She was perfect for the old version of you.
Yeah.
That new version ain't what she ain't good for.
I've fallen victim to this bullshit before. I believed it. I thought that was still for me, and now I realized that I already had an opportunity. Not only did I have an opportunity, but I had already moved past that stage. I was in a new stage.
Right.
But I'm still doing old shit because I'm still used to that old ass habits and shit.
So you went back
bringing
to that
myself,
old version of yourself.
Not quite, not 100%. Nah, It just goes to show how sometimes if you're dope enough at it, you can manifest these things still and be like, yeah, damn, I'm not quite ready for it. Like, because that's how tapped in I was at the time into what I wanted. You know what I mean? But not knowing, like, I just didn't have the maturity to really deal with what I was asking for. And the
universe will show you that too.
And that's the other reason why you do manifest the things that you think you want, but you don't necessarily can handle or are ready for it. Because you're still gonna do it. If you really got it like that, you're gonna get what you want, because you know how to align with it. But you may not necessarily be ready for it like you think, and you will find out.
And this conversation also brings up something that's kind of more of a side note, but it's related to this, is birthdays, right? I know there's a lot of, I'll say honestly, in my opinion, I think it's a lot more women that really focus on this shit. But in general, people, especially in America, we focus big time on birthdays, celebrating birthdays.
Yeah.
And I used to be big on it too, until after I started realizing, you are what you focus on, correct? So if you focus on every year that you're getting older, right? Guess what you're gonna become? Older. So why are we putting so much energy and so much thought into another year I've gotten older, another year I've aged? So I'm saying that this is kind of another way of looking backwards as opposed to looking forward. You know what I'm saying? You're going back. So I say, so my suggestion is leave birthdays alone. I know it's tradition, but tradition ain't always right, as we know, right? As free thinkers that we are, we also know that just because it's tradition, just because we've always done it, doesn't necessarily make it right. More times than not, it ain't right. It doesn't fit for you anymore. And for me, birthdays don't work anymore. I don't celebrate them anymore for that exact reason. Because to me, it's still another form of looking back. Just wanted to throw that in there for the people who are big on birthdays. You might want to consider that.
Yeah. So don't play yourself by looking back, because whatever it is that's back there, there's a reason why it's back there. You've already moved past it. You've outgrown it. You've matured into something else. You've developed into something new. So I would think that it's probably best to just go with the flow, and even if it's a little uncomfortable at first to be into this new space, you might be tempted to go backwards or look back, because there's a part of you that still lingers there. But if you ask me, it's a part of the process of change and development.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen overnight.
So it's cool to have those old feelings, to want to do something that with the old you would have done. It's okay,
Right.
but don't do it, because then you've committed. Because then you've folded on your word. You already made a choice. That's why you're in the new space. That's why you're even able to look back. But you can also end up going back if you look back too many times.
Exactly, that part. Next time you look up, you realize, damn, I'm back at the same place I used to be at.
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
And that's because that comes with the mechanism of being able to fucking manifest your reality.
That's what manifestation is.
You can recreate your own damn hell too, just as well as your heaven. That's what we're doing here.
Sure.
So don't be your own worst enemy. Don't be your biggest hater. By just looking back too many times.
And when I say looking back, I don't literally just mean look. I actually mean talking about it.
Yeah, don't go back and visit.
Don't keep having these conversations about old past stuff. You know what I mean?
Don't replay old conversations. Don't replay painful things that happened to you in your life. Don't replay fucking embarrassing situations. Don't do it.
Exactly.
If anything, if you're gonna replay it, laugh about it. Laugh, make it comical, so you can fucking alchemize that energy.
But don't relive
something that
it.
works for you.
Don't mourn it.
Don't mourn
which is
it,
another
no.
thing we hate doing.
Yeah.
Mourning. Right?
That's lame, man.
But don't mourn it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't relive the pain.
Nah.
Because that's all that's doing, taking you right back to that same place.
Don't play yourself. It's not worth it. You don't get nothing good out of mourning or reliving pain. All you're doing is recreating the same bullshit. There's nothing honorable about going back to revisit painful events in your mind. You don't have to do it.
Yeah. It's not necessary at all.
You don't have to do that.
Nor is it beneficial.
It's not.
But that, the morning thing, and like I said, I want to reiterate again because I've seen us do it many times before as far as retelling old stories.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if it was good. I'm just saying, if that's an old version of yourself,
Let that be.
If anything, let that motivate you to create new memories and new stories, right? Go out and create a new story that same day. When you find yourself talking about an old story, guess what? Let me shut up, let me stop where I'm at, and let me use this opportunity to go create a new story right now, a new experience right now.
Yeah.
Because like I said, it's all about progress, it's all about forward motion. So go do that today if you can.
Plus, what it comes down to is about being in alignment with what you say you are.
That part.
So if you're talking about being some new shit, if that's mentality you have, all right, well, keep it on some new shit then. Keep that energy then.
Right.
Allow that shit to align by not talking about something of the opposite, like the past or the pain,
Right.
It's that simple. It ain't that fucking complicated. Just stick to what you said you're gonna do. And stay on that same pace. That's it. And do it for you, nobody else. So anyway, fuck the past. Stay in the moment. Stay focused on what's in front of you, and do it with love. Speaking of which, I just want to say thank you for anybody that came through and checked out what the fucking twins was talking about, what DV had to say today. I appreciate you tuning in. If you have anything to share about what you heard today, or if you feel like you can kind of resonate with what we said, feel free to share. Get on them comments. Let us know how you feel.
Please do.
Yeah, man. I just want to say I love you, and I love myself. I love you like I love myself. Because in one way or another, we are connected, believe it or not. So I appreciate you fucking with us. Love yourself for yourself.
That part.